So I want to share a very special personal memory with you. Um, my father passed away when I was 5 years old, and this happened a few months before he died. Um, I remember it was an afternoon. We were coming back from a restaurant. My father, my sister, and I, we were about to cross the street, and on the roadside there was a fruit cart, and it was heaped with grapes. So this was in Chennai, in India, and fruit carts were common. You could see them on the roadsides, being pushed around on the streets. And anyway, just looking at those grapes, I desired to have some of those grapes. Now, for some reason, I didn't want to ask my dad, so I went ahead, thinking that no one was noticing, swiped a bunch of grapes, popped them into my mouth. And unfortunately for me, the fruit cart owner saw what I was doing, and he started yelling. I was scared. My father suddenly noticed what was happening and asked the fruit cart vendor what was happening. And he said, "Your son stole some grapes." And he said, "My son won't do that. He is not that kind of a kid." And he turned to me and he looks at me, and I'm there with grapes in my mouth. And so it was pretty embarrassing for me, and certainly for him, because he had just defended me. And so he just turned to the shopkeeper and said, "I want to buy some grapes." So he bought a bunch of grapes, and now the shopkeeper was happy, of course. So he gave those grapes to me, and I was expecting that I was going to be whacked for what I had done. I had lied, I had stolen, and I had embarrassed him. But he just gave that packet of grapes to me and said, if you ever want something, you just ask me. I'll do my best to make it happen for you. That's all he did. There were no further repercussions. I didn't get whipped when I went home. No one yelled at me, and I don't think anyone else knew about what had happened, other than the three of us. So I think even today, and after all these years, if he had reacted differently, if he had given me my just punishment at that point in time, I won't be remembering the story, I won't be recounting it. But something about the kindness that he showed, that unexpected act of kindness and generosity in spirit, made a very deep impact on me. So even today, when I interact with people, and sometimes people do not act in their best forms. People do cheat, people do lie, and sometimes when that happens, I somehow get to think about this particular memory. It's kind of stayed in the back of my mind as a moral compass, I think, and I use that as a yardstick for my own actions. And I say, you know what? People make mistakes, and if we show compassion, in the end, it's all going to be okay. And that's the path I live by, and I'm proud to be sharing this memory with you. I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.